Hey there, welcome on back. I hope you and had a yeah, I can talk, can't I? Anyway, I'm Carl, Targets of Attitude, abs my professional knives and all things sharp. Just spent a 10-hour day at Blade Show day 2, and it was just as much of a blast as day 1. Matter of fact, maybe even a little bit more. I hope your Saturday was just as good. Hopefully we'll have a few people joining us here before too long. Uh, for those of you who are new and don't know what Blade Show is, well, man, it is the biggest knife and cutlery show, bar none. I mean, even with some people not showing up because of the pandemic, we still had a huge crowd. And some of these people who showed up were just, well, for instance, We Knives is just, let me see if I can pull up a picture I took on my phone. Again, I can't get things to upload for some stupid reason, but let's see here. No, I don't want that. Okay. Yeah, I don't know if you can see that well, but that was Savivi and Wee's table at 4 o'clock this afternoon. There was almost nothing left to sell. They were um and CJRB were just as bad. I mean, it's they had this huge case and only enough knives to line maybe a shelf and a half out of the 4 shelves was per case they had. Okay, yeah. Thank you, Nasty Man. Yeah, that was sweet. That really was. Um, got maybe can show you all that again when I put together the follow up to all this, or if I manage to stream tomorrow night, assuming I don't get home too late, I'll pull it out so y'all can see it. Because Nasty Man is right. That was cool as shit, man. Um, but man, this year is getting some really neat stuff too. Um, I got a couple new ones from Civivi. This one, unfortunately, the tag is handwritten, so I'm having a little troubles reading it. It looks like this one is called Hades, but I'm not sure. But it is a nice little knife. A little stiff, but still opens beautifully. Sort of sheep's foot type blade to it. Uh, this one has carbon fiber handles. Um, very nicely cut. Very sweet. Um, Supposedly this is going to be out very soon if it's not already out, but unfortunately my distributor doesn't have it yet. So that was one I got. Another Civivi I picked up is, let's see if I can, yeah, here it is. And again, this one is brand new. I'm not even sure it's available in stores yet. Again, it's got a handwritten tag, so I can't. Looks to me like it says perf. You might be able to read it better than I can. But it's got very neat skeletonized work. It's a frame lock, which is kind of unusual for Civivi, but it's still just as sweet as ever. Um, Black washed blades. They're just so sweet. From what I understand, the blade on this one is D2, just like they normally have. Again, this is why you come to Blade Show, folks. You get these super cool things that you don't see anyplace else. Stopped by Fox Knife. Got a couple neat ones. Got this one. I can't find it on their website anywhere, so I'm thinking it was just made or just introduced. Show price was $25 each. Not bad, and it's a nice little flipper. Very sweet. I'll open that up when I get home and let you take a better look at it. Another thing I got from Fox, neat little thing. Maybe not all that knife related, but a really neat little corkscrew. I mean, it's just got a very sweet foil cutter. Very nice. It's rated, which helps with foils. Very, very nice cork. And what you don't see on a lot of knife corkscrews, but I think is really neat. You got a grip here that you can use to get a hold of the cork, pull it the rest of the way out. And that's something that can be very handy. And it's got a bottle opener too. So, yeah, if you want to open up a mixer, don't know why you'd be combining mixers with wine, but it's there. Of course, if you're a good bartender, then you're not just serving wine, you're serving mixed drinks, and it would make more sense. Yeah, let's see here. What else? Oh, yes. Demco Knives. Fairly new company. I had not heard of them before this show. And this particular one, they're calling the Shark Lock. And it's just, I haven't had much time to play with this one, so I had to show my wife, or excuse me, not my wife. Ugh. My daughter was having a lot more luck with this type of lock than I was. But you see that? That is not a flipper. That is the lock. You pull the lock back, and the blade is almost completely gravity controlled. Just okay, cool. I didn't know that. He hadn't mentioned that when I was talking to him. For those of you who haven't seen this, Nassman pointed out that Demco is the inventor of the triad lock that Cold Steel uses. I believe it. I mean, that's such a unique knife shape and such a unique lock, and it's just very, very nice. Yeah, I'm going to be getting in some talks with him. If my distributor doesn't start carrying his stuff, I am going to have to talk with this Mr. Demco and see if I can't work out a deal where I can get some of his knives. Fortunately, from what he's saying, he's fairly reasonable. A minimum order of 10 knives, and I can do that easy. So, and I've got a regular drop blade for this as well. So, man, this will place a fidget spinner in no time at all. Yep, you're right, Birdman. Blade Show is going great. It's just very, very sweet. And I got to meet several of the champions from Forged in Fire, which was even more impressive. I mean, and I did get a knife off of one of them. Let me go get it real quick. I think you'll enjoy seeing it. My wife's probably going to be pissed that I showed it to y'all before I go to her, but you're here. She isn't. So let's see here. This one, I'm gonna dust off my leather making skills, teeth, but I mean, that's a twist Damascus pattern. Brass carved and pommel. It's just, yeah, I once swore I'd never buy a safe queen. I think I just did. But, oh man, I just couldn't pass that up. Just absolutely fantastic. It just, yeah, Late Show is just going fantastic this year. I can't complain at all. I can't emphasize that enough. Stopped by Condor Knives. They have some really neat stuff coming out. Yeah, my bank account's going to be hurting, but oh man, everything was worth it. Everything's definitely worth it. So, and hey, with Demco Knives, if I can work out a deal with them, I should be able to make some of this money back pretty damn quick, you know? Um, it's just, and just a chance to talk to some of these people. I mean, it was wild. It was fantastic. Um, let's see what this is. Okay, sorry, my phone just went off. It's okay, nothing I have to worry about right now. Wanted to make sure that there wasn't something from my wife that I had to take care of or look at. Um, some of the other things I saw, I mean, it's just, you think that's badass just looking at that one? There's an up close look at the Damascus pattern. I know you can't see here, but wow. Oh, yeah, okay. Birdman, I did stop by K Bar and I was talking to Joel there. He says that they aren't planning on anything new, but they do have a line of D2 knives that they have out. I haven't had a chance to search my distributor to see if they carry them, but I'm definitely going to have to research that a bit more. And well, here, let's see here. Uh, no, that's not what I want. That's not what I want. Come on, I had it up here somewhere. Dan Taupe, no, that's. Wish Dan Taupe could have made it. That would have been fantastic, but unfortunately, he's not quite big enough to be coming down from Wisconsin and the like. The day he does, though, I'm going to have to meet up with men and share a little bit of bourbon with them. Okay, come on. Where is it? Where is it? Um, K-Bar. Yes, I know. I know. Go. Let's see here. Oh, come on. Let's try going back doorway. Okay. Yeah, they've got two that my distributor carries called the D2 Extreme line. They look very much like Dog's Head Fighter, except that the blade is D2, partially serrated, black powder coated, and a Crichton handle as opposed to the leather handle of the standard dog head fighter. So going to look and see if I can't get those in on my next order, which hopefully won't be but a couple weeks down the road, maybe even a week or two out. We'll see what happens. Okay. Yeah, and ask me what were I carrying as my EDC? I was actually carrying one of the newer Civities. This one is the Brazen, which and they're available both as American Tonto style blades in a drop point. I was carrying the drop point, and it's just really nice little knife. Then as a backup, I've been carrying a Kaiser Pinch, which is again sweet. So one other knife I picked up while I was at the show, poker. It's not one of the tree brand, but the handle sure reminds me of their tree brand. Very stylish, classic lock back. Very, very sweet. I'll tell you what, Birdman, if you're wanting one in D2, I'll go ahead and put in an order sometime this week, see what I can get for you. I mean, let me just double check account balance here. And yeah, I should be able to put in an order this week. And the Pinch is a sweet knife. Now I've already got some of these in stock, and if you want, I did do a review of it. It's a bloodthirsty little knife. It just cut two fingers on the review because I was stupid and didn't think about the fact that a folder like this is not going to stay open if you try using the back of it to strike sparks off of a ferro rod. And you're right, this poker is very nice. And I mean, MSRP on this is right at $260. I didn't pay anywhere near that. Because why? Because one was a salesman demonstrator. This was one that they had given to their salesmen to carry around and show off to knife stores, knife dealers, see if they could be willing to carry it. And so they were selling off a whole case of various demonstrator models at pretty close to half price. Very, very sweet. I loved that. Some of the other people, wow, today was really cool in another way. Let's get back to pictures here and see where. For instance, got to meet Jay Nielsen. And yes, those two guys are also Fortune Fire champions. Another Fortune Fire champion. It was just fantastic. Loved this little thing. Not sure if you can read it. Basically, it says that if you pay cash, you'll get a receipt that says that you're only paid $50 on whatever knife you bought. In case of credit card charge, we will act shocked if your wife shows us the credit card statement showing a different amount. Pretty cool. And yeah, it's just got into a real nice long talk with this gentleman. I'm drawing a blank on his name right now, which is a shame. I hope he doesn't see this live cast because he'll be really disappointed if I can't remember his name, considering how long we talked. Gave me a lot of really good advice for starting to make knives and get better at making knives. So, all in all, just really, really great. Yeah, some of the other stuff. I don't know if you've ever heard of Painted Pony, but they've got some beautiful stuff. Of course, it's $400 knives, but so yeah, I couldn't buy any, not after buying that one dagger I did buy, but still. And I mean, that's yeah, I'll have to do a slideshow so y'all can see some of this in its full glory instead of trying to deal with the haze of seeing it off of my phone. Oh no, stopped by the Buck Knife booth and they had some really sweet stuff, including, come on, where is it? Oh Lord, tell me I didn't fail to get a picture of it. I did, but I got a picture. You just can't see anything on it. But they have a new knife that just got released today. That it was so new they didn't even have any beyond for uh, show purposes. They couldn't sell any because they didn't have any to sell, which was just such a shame. Um, but as Birdsman knows, I do like Buck. There's some sweet knives. Um, I may prefer the classic K bar, but you can't. Buck is just hard to beat. And so, and, and some of the other great people I've met. I mean, I was talking to one guy that he's in business of making resins to stabilize wood. I'm not sure if you're familiar with that process, but um, a lot of really pretty woods, especially some burls, um, or things like ambrosia maple, can be a little soft for making handles out of. So what you do is you put them in a vacuum chamber, fill it with resin. Vacuum chamber forces the resin into the wood, and it strengthens it out and makes it so that it's almost as strong as G10 or micarta. It don't have to worry about soft spots in the wood or anymore. And it's not just used for knives. Um, I've also seen them used to make some really neat lathe turnings because, well, I mean, a burl that's as a result of some really bad fungus or certain types of insect makes a wood that is just so striking, so beautiful. But the wood tends to be soft and brittle. So stabilizing it with resin is a great way to make it so you can use it. And you're right, Birdman, they are hard to beat for what they're made for. Um, and they are starting to come out with some more modern stuff. I did forget to go back by the case uh, table again. Well, I didn't forget. I just first time I went by, they were stacked three deep, and when I came back later, I forgot all about it. Uh, they've got a new one, as I mentioned last night, that's coming out end of July. That is really rather cool. It's going to be, um, I think, it's going to compete with a lot of the more tactile style knives out there, including some of the stuff from CRKT and Kershaw. I'd also promised to swing by the Kershaw booth, and I got a shock. Um, Kershaw didn't show up this year. I don't know why. Um, I mean, Spider Cook showed up, Case showed up, CRKT showed up, We and Artisans, US Gladius, Mr. Demco with his new knives, um, Riot. Um, I mean, just about everyone else was there. But Kavar was, or excuse me, Kershaw wasn't. I just don't understand what happened there. But in any case, um, I've got to definitely do some more research because, as I said last night, most of what I had been seeing on their website for their so-called new releases were just reworkings of some of their older stuff, stuff that was released last year and the year before, uh, or even longer ago. I mean, a new color leak is nice. It's really sweet. I have troubles calling it a new for 2021 knife. Um, for the Natrix, again, some of the new colors are fantastic. I love them. But uh, a new color does not mean make for a new for 2021 knife. On the other hand, I saw some knives at other show booths, including Smoky Mountain Knife Works, that I have not seen either from a distributor or on the Kershaw website yet. Admittedly, Smoky Mountain Knife Works is a lot bigger than me. Of course, comparing me to Smoky Mountain Knife Works would be kind of like comparing someone who builds cars in their garage from uh, off-market parts to Chevy or Ford. Um, they're not going to consider me a serious competitor for a couple years yet. One day, but not for a couple years yet. So they're big enough that they can get Kershaw to make them some exclusive knives. Maybe what I was saying at their booth is just that, exclusive. But I'm hoping not, because there were a couple sweet looking knives that were definitely worth adding to the lineup and adding to my website. But I do wish that they had shown up for the show. Yeah, Nasty Man, that is very surprising. I'm kind of shocked at that. So, yeah, trying to think of what else I saw. Oh, yeah, I saw a bunch of different kilns that are now entering the market, and Wilmot Grinders is back in on the market again. They had kind of shut down to redesign their product, and they have a rather nice grinding system. It's designed so that you basically buy a kilt or a kit for all practical purposes and put it together yourself. But I mean, for 1,000 to $1,500, you can get a basic grinder that is second to none. Um, go to just a bit more than that, and you've got a grinder that you can flip to horizontal. Most places, if you buy a horizontal grinder, it's made to stay horizontal. You can't flip it vertical. And once it's vertical, you can't flip it horizontal. With Wilmot grinders, you can do that and can at a fairly reasonable price. And of course, Wurtz Machine Shop was there. Um, I'm sure y'all have heard me speak of Travis Wurtz. I really admire that man. He is the mad genius of the knife world. Uh, yeah, it's. You know what? That's not a bad idea, Birdman. I might just talk to him about that. Be really cool if I could get, like, say, a dozen or 20 of the shark locks with my logo etched into the handle. That would be, or into the blade even. That would be really sweet. I hadn't thought of that. Thanks for the suggestion. Um, that's one reason why I'm enjoying these live streams now that I'm starting to do them. I wish I could do them on a regular basis, but I can't always guarantee I'm going to be available same time every Friday or every Saturday night. Sunday maybe, but we'll see. Never know. Never know. But starting to run a little short on things for that I said and did today. Probably should have made some notes. Oh, did have one thing that my daughter really enjoyed. We watched a demonstration on knife throwing and hatchet throwing, and my daughter managed to impress the head instructor so much that he autographed and gave her a free book on how to throw knives, and basically told her he looks forward to seeing her on the circuit someday, which is really cool. But I see I'm down to only one person, and I have been rambling on for about 45 minutes now, so I wish y'all a great night. I've got one more day of late show, and good Lord willing, the creek don't rise. I'll get home tomorrow night and be able to do a third live stream just about the same time. Sure going to try it anyway. So hopefully I'll see you there. Night now.